video, you're gonna learn how to free motion quilt a custom design for a rectangular using a ruler. It's a pretty easy design and stunning. Welcome, this is Orbital Quilting and I'm Aline.
I'm Natasha.
And let's get started.
So even though we're not going to need any markings on our fabric, still it's so important that even with rulers, we use the orbital board before we go to the machine so we can get the parameters on the ruler. So today I'm using the Orbital Echo ruler. So we have some markings on the ruler that allows us to make a ton, amazing, really incredible designs that look super complex and don't need any marking on fabric because of those markings on the ruler. So this is why it's so important to use your tools wisely and fully. So when we're doing the study of quilting with rulers on orbital board, or if we want to trace or study that on paper or trace something, sometimes we use very specific uses when we need to trace a little bit of something on fabric. We always need to use the project spacers because they will mimic the ruler foot. And once we put our pen inside of the hole of this, little donuts, we will have a distance between the line we're tracing and the ruler, just like it's going to happen on the quilting itself, on the machine, because the line traced will be in the same spot that our needle will be, because this is mimicking the quilting foot, the ruler foot, and there's holes in this, let's say again, little donuts that will put us in the right, perfect sweet spot of the needle. So we know that what we're doing will actually work out on the machine. So for this design, we're going to use just the straight side of the Echo ruler. And we're going to start here, where we're saving the binding area here. And of course, you're going to see this on machine, and then there's no binding area, but there's other blocks because we're doing an actual quilt on the machine. So you will get to see the same thing actually. So here we have some angles traced on the ruler. So I'm going to place the 45 degree of the ruler aligned to this vertical line. That is the seam we have between the fabrics. And I'm going to make a line, again, respecting the binding area, and on the machine to the end of this rectangle. Now, I'm going to put the 90 degree marking of the ruler here, aligned with the line I just quilted, and I'm going to come to this other side, okay? Once I do that, there's something that will actually help me, that is to find this point here, because I'm going to place the ruler. So I need to align the 90 degrees here and the aim spot, because the ruler have an aim spot. So here I can see where my needle is going to pass. So I'm just going to draw that so you can realize what I'm talking about this aim spot. And with that position, I don't need that line at all. What I need is just these little dots. That's all I need. I can aim for what I'm going to do next, but this dot, for those who want the, perfect fitting of a ruler, quilting with rulers, that spot will be more than you need. Well, all that you need actually. Now I'm here at this corner, and I'm going to put, so I am here with my pen and my needle 2B, and I'm going to just rotate my ruler until I meet the second line of the tracing lines I have here, right on top of this, of the crossing, you know, of the line and this, the dot I just made. And I'm going to go to the middle of this. And again, I am aiming for this center line to the middle of the rectangle, but if you want, you could have this guideline traced here or something, so you'll be happier with it if you want to. And I'm going to do one line respecting the binding area, and now I'm going to align the 45-degree of my ruler to this seam, just like we did before. I just need to position that so I can actually meet my foot here, because I always need to touch, you know, my ruler always need to touch the foot. And now I go to the other side. And now all I need to do is this line. So now I can align the 90-degree with this line or with this other line. It will depend on what's easier for you to see at the time. And now again, I'm going to rotate. So I'm here and I'm going to rotate my ruler till I meet this encounter of quilting I just did with the second line of the markings on the ruler. So go to the middle and then I will go there. So this is one part of this design, but now I'm going to do this again. So just rotate the ruler again, go to the middle. Again, I'm using the second line here of the ruler as a parameter to do these echoes. And now, because I will have more space here, I'm going to use the third line. So I am going to rotate the ruler so the third line touches this point and go to the middle. Now I'm going to this corner. Now I repeat the third line here. You will be able to see this very nicely on the machine as well. Okay, now I'm going to repeat these lines here that are using the second line of the ruler as a parameter. And now I repeat to the side on the third line. So this is very important to, even though this is just straight line, so we wouldn't have a distortion on the quilt regarding of a straight line. But when I use this project spacer that are mimicking the ruler foot, then I'm able to tell you and be sure that I am putting this on the third line of my ruler, and that will work out on the machine. Because if I don't have this, my line will be here. But because I have the spacer, my line is here. So it's quite a difference for those. So it's super, super, super important to plan your quilting with the right tools.
And the more intricate the design,
the more you
need precision.
Yes, the more intricate the design, more you need the precision. So now on this point, I'm putting here on the third line again, and I'm going to meet the center here, this middle imaginary guideline that I have here. And now to the other side on the third line. So as I said, because we have a lot of lines stopping on the center, on the middle of this rectangle, you could have that, or you can aim for that, and it'll be just amazing, because then you'll be developing a skill, but you can do what you feel better about. So this is the design for today. We're going to go to the machine now to see this beauty happening, and you get to see a little bit of, more quilting, even because we're quilting a real quilt that we did on Orbital Club. That's part of Orbital Quilting Architecture. So all the planning is available there, and all the quilting as well, and much, much more. So let's go. And I also don't need to mark the center of it if I use this 45 degree of the ruler and align here. Sometimes doing that, you have to be very confident on your piecing, but you will pretty much always have a very good alignment here. So you can also make that if the ruler have 30, 45 and 60 degrees, so you can use it, so you don't need to mark it. And for finding this spot also, I can put the 45 degree of my ruler aligned here, and then I could just aim for it, but so you can see it, kind of see it. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, I can just make this little dot here, and then put my ruler on the first line up there where they will find the quilted line and the dots I just made. And now again, all I have to do is put the 45 degree of my ruler, that is the middle one here, aligned with this line, or I could put it aligned with this other line here, but I find it easier to hold my ruler in this position, so I'm going to align it down here and then just go there. So it's one last marking for you, and sometimes you won't reach the exact point there, but as I said, it is based on your piecing, on how much your angles are completely perfect. And I particularly don't expect that, but I know that it's going to be good enough for me to do it, and it will be very nice, very good, and I'm happy with the result. So I do this way, or you can, as I showed you the first row, you can just mark that. Okay, so now it is in the second line here. You already know the order of this design, how you're going to put it on your machine, and you are hopefully remembered to make this central echo here. I am going to make it now. Congrats to me.
So the Orbital Quilting Architecture is with enrollment open. If you want to join this program to have 1 year of monthly retreats, but better because you can replay and you can be live with us, custom quilting, get the full, complete base training of Orbital Quilting Architecture, you're more than welcome. We have a link in the description of this video so you can have all the information of Orbital Quilting Architecture, and I hope to see you there to do custom beyond custom.